After months of getting turned down by Tyson Fury, Jake Paul has confirmed that a fight with his younger brother Tommy is actually in the cards. Once he took down Ben Askren and won his fight against Tyron Woodley, many fight fans were curious as to who the problem child would square up with next. I'm going to tell you all about it right here on IO, but first, if you could do us a big favor and please tap that like button, we'd really appreciate it. And with that out of the way, let's begin. At first, when Jake Paul won against Tyron via split decision, many people wondered if they were simply doing this to set up a rematch. However, now the YouTuber has put his focus on bigger and better things. His word, not mine. For Tommy Fury, this is great news because he had repeatedly been rejected by Jake Paul when it came to setting up this match. At this point, Jake is ready to fight a real boxer, not someone who is just a striker in the MMA, and because of this, Tommy's name has considerably moved up on that list. While appearing on the Full Send podcast, Jake said, "I think Tommy Fury is at the top of that list. He's skilled, he's undefeated, and he's a real boxer," adding, "He has like 4 million followers on Instagram, which is good engagement. He has the fans from like his relationship show Love Island." And that last point is really telling as to who Jake will be willing to fight in the future. Jake likes to make it appear as though he wants to fight a real boxer, but in reality, Jake just wants to fight somebody that has a big following to help him with promotion, and along with that, he has to be able to think that he can actually defeat this person. He goes on to say, "It all starts with the numbers, like would the fight sell a lot? Would people actually care? I could go and fight the infamous jiu-jitsu guy who doesn't shut up on social media, but it's a hard sell. This guy just beat a UFC Hall of Fame striker, we're not going to put him against a jiu-jitsu guy in a boxing match." And Jake truly thrives off of people expecting him to not win. In fact, that's exactly how he likes to market his own fights. Remember how much press was done saying that Ben Askren was going to handle him easily, and then it turns out that he got dropped because he didn't train enough. It's a marketing technique as well as a way to inflate your opponent's ego, and if they underestimate Jake, they might underprepare like we saw in that Askren fight. Paul explains this mentality again by saying, "After each fight we go back to the drawing board and we're like, who makes the most sense? Can they actually sell pay-per-views? Can we sell this fight as like, this is a tough fight for Jake?" He goes on to say that he has been the favorite to win in every fight, and so now he wants to go into a fight where even his own fans are not sure if he can pull this one off. Also, despite starting with influencer level boxing matches, Jake doesn't really see the point in fighting any more social media stars that have never really trained a day in their life. He goes on to say, "I just want to keep proving people wrong because I could take a social media influencer and fight them right now and make a decent bag. It's just a tough sell because I did all of that." That being said, Jake definitely wants to keep his reputation that he is this undefeated fighter, but that may be difficult going up against Tommy Fury, who is already 7-0. Regardless of who Jake ends up fighting, we can't expect his problem child behavior to continue. He knows that trolling opponents not only gets clicks, but it also frustrates real fighters to no end. He confirmed this as well by saying, "As long as I'm having fun with it, trolling and making myself laugh, and it's authentic to what I want to say and believe. I'm not going to do something that gets myself killed, but also I'll toe that line and mess with these guys." We would love to hear your thoughts on this next opponent though. Do you think Jake will defeat Tommy, or do you think Tommy will handle him easily? Either way, let me know in those comments down below, and while you do that, I'm going to check out some of your comments from the video titled, "Top 10 Influencers You Didn't Know Were Pregnant." Haley Scanlon says, "Stormy can't have an older sister if she is already born." Love you, Johnny. Hey, we all make mistakes, right? This is what happens when I rush videos, but yes, that is what I meant. I meant that Stormy will be the older child. I'm sorry. Peachy Panda 28 says, "I can't imagine the stress of having a baby right now. My husband and I have always talked about a second child, but with everything going on, I have been so hesitant. Congrats to all the new and continuing parents though." Yeah, it certainly can be difficult, and I know these celebrities do make it seem like it's very easy, but that's because their life is kind of already established and set up. But I get where you're coming from. I understand the hesitancy. Adriana Cooper Primo says, "I absolutely love a video full of congratulations and happy news." Yeah, top 10 filled with feel good news. What's better than that? Gene F says, "Topanga spitting facts." I know, right? Who would have thought? Miss Romy A says, "Stormy is about to have a big sister." You mean Stormy will be a big sister. Thank you guys for correcting me. I appreciate it. But that's all I have for you today, folks. Thank you so much for watching. I've been your host, Johnny Rogers, and until next time, stay classy, YouTube, or at least try.